Now friends, I'm audible, guys.
Yes, now audible.
Still voice is breaking.
No, clear voice.
Okay, fine. If it's still breaking now, let me know that, right? So because I think so little bit weather. Actually, I came to my native friends. Okay, for the one puja kind of things is there in next weekend. So that's why I came to my native and the in my native network issue is there. So now still okay. So now
Okay.
still breaking.
No. Okay.
Okay. So now Redis कैसे open source software, right? It is a open source. What is that? Open source software, right? Open software source software. It must start recording is going on. Already it's going on, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it is what is that using what is that Redis कैसे what we can do it now we can perform what is that in memory database कैसे manager and what is that message brokers kind of things we can perform, right? We can perform these operations. So in that what is that using what we can do it now using Redis कैसे what we can do it now friends. Using what is the first, let's understand what is that Redis कैसे and how many things we can perform using what using what Redis कैसे. So it is what is that it is like what is that it is like empty memory. 1 minute, text is too small, right? It is like what is that like empty memory. It is like what is that empty memory, no SQL, like how in the database we are writing the SQL query na. Here no need to write what is the SQL query, no need to write what is that SQL query, right? Here what is that no need what is that tables, no need what is that tables, no sequences, no sequences, right? Like how our simple other database is performing. What is that in that what is that multiple objects is there na? Sequences after then joint and all those things is there in the database, right? Come on. So this is same like what is that this is what is that open source software. Here what is that it's empty memory, friends. Okay, Redis cache is what is that empty memory. It stores the data in the what is that string. It can store the data. Our Redis cache can store the data like what is that string format, string or what is that hexa operation, right? Hexa operation, right? Hexa operation, this one only important. Or we can store what is that list of data, or we can store what is that set of data, right? Set of data like that etc, like that we can store the data in that, right? In that, like what is that a simple, right? One things will come in your brain, right? Okay, this is also database only, like this Redis cache also what is that database also. So here also we can perform what is that uh, um transaction, right? And a clean memory and all those things, right? Those things, no. Here what is that our Redis cache is giving what is that by default these things, right? By default these things, just simple, friends. What is that? Just let's understand as a diagrammatically these things, let's understand as a diagrammatically only. 1 minute. Yeah, so just simple here. What is that? Here just assume that this is our server, right? Our server. In the server, what we are doing now? Our application is deployed, friends, right? Our application is deployed in the server. What is that? And this is what is that server. This is the server. In this server, what is that? Our application is deployed, right? Our application is deployed. And here, what is that? We are using what? Redis cache, right? Redis database, right? This is nothing but what is that? Redis database. Redis database. First, we are understanding what is that, friends. First, we are understanding what is that in-memory database using what is that Redis, right? Redis. First, we will understand this one. Then we will understand what is that cache manager. What is the cache manager and how we are implementing what cache manager in our application, right? Come on, people.
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah. So here what is that? Redis database is there. Just assume that in the Redis database, what we are doing now, which kind of operation we can perform it now, friends. We can store what is that? We can store here what? Here which kind of data we can store now? Which kind of data we can store now, friends? Just I said, right? String we can store, hash operation we can perform, or list or set, right? Like this we can store the data now. Come on. So just assume that these are the
Yes, Ravi.
just hash data, list data, and what is that? Set data. These data are there, right? These data are there. So what we are doing now, so if we want to store this application server data in what is that a Redis server, what we simple just assume that like what how we are performing just our application data, if we want to store in what is that MySQL database, what we are doing now between our application and what is that database, we need to perform some connection operation na. Come on. 1 minute.
Yes, Ravi.
Just a minute. Just 1 minute. Yeah, sorry, sir. Actually, today I don't know the power fluctuation also happening. Na? That's why okay. So simple in the MySQL database, right? So we in our application to what is that database? We need to stable first connection. Then we can store this data in the database. Na friends, come on, yeah. In the simple MySQL database, I'm talking about that MySQL database, friends, right? Please.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here also what is that? Just assume that this is the Redis database, right? Redis database. But our application is running in the server, right? So from the server to what is that? To connect with the Redis database, what we need to do? We need what is that? We need to stable first connection between our application to database, Redis database or not? Come on.
Yes,
Yes.
Ravi.
Right, so same like friends. Okay, so I'm just opening my Eclipse ID, and here what we need to do, first we need to perform what? First we need what is that one? First we need what is that one dependency, right? One dependency, right? To just focus on that dependency and all those things, right? Later we will develop one scratch level application, right? Later we will develop what is that one scratch level application. But what is that? First we need to understand what is that, how many dependencies are there, and what kind of method is there to connect with the Redis cache and all those things, and where we need to download the software, those software, and how we need to install, right? How we will install the software in local machine, and then we can perform it, right? So like that we will follow the strategy to complete our what is that Redis sessions, friends, right? Come on.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, so here what we will do it now, so just assume that this is the Redis database and this is our Java application, right? So first, what is that? To perform what is that? Perform what is that Redis operation, right? To perform Redis operation, we need what is that? Then we need to perform what is that database connection operation, right? So for that first we need to what is that, we need what is that one dependency. What is the dependency? That dependency name is what is that? Spring data, right? Spring data Redis, right? Spring data Redis. Whenever we will use this Spring data Redis, right, what will happen now? All helper classes will import, right? Import in this project, and we will do the coding steps, and we can perform the operation between what is that server to Redis database, right? Redis database. Okay, fine. Now friends, so what we will do it now to create what is that connection between application and the Redis database, what we need to do now? We need to take what is that? A Redis connection factory interface help, right? We will take the help up, but first let's understand. So what I'm going to do now, let's take one application. This Docker application last time we developed, na friend, just we need now dependency only, right? So what we will do it now, this Docker application we develop now, don't bother about the Docker application, just bother about what? Just bother about our dependency, right? So go inside that Spring, and what is that? Edit Spring starter. People are getting my point? Everyone is active now?
yes,
Yeah,
Ravi.
Ravi.
Yeah, so here what we will do it now, here search what is that? Here search spring data Redis, spring data Redis. Here Spring data Redis access plus driver is there or not? Come on friends.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ravi.
So select that one, and what you need to do, just import in the project, right? Just import in the project. Open the form.xml. Just I am showing that which driver it's using, right? What is the driver name? To what is that perform our Redis connection between Java application to Redis database, right? Redis database. Yeah, this is the Redis dependency scheme or not? Come on, in our form.xml. Come on, friends.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we need to do, just I'm showing that this Redis database, Redis is which dependency using, right? What is the class name? What is the class name? And what is the connection driver name, right? Driver name, that one only I will show that, right? I will show that. Then we will start our what is that practical operation, friends. Okay, don't worry. Just we are entering in this step only, right? We are entering in this step only, friends, right? But main step is that one, this one only, right? In the real time we are using this one, but without basic, right? Without basic, if I explain this one, right, you guys will not understand. That's why I'm explaining first this one. So still build project is going on na? So all related dependency is importing in our workspace. Wait, friends. How much time it will take? Yeah, okay. So now data source document is it's done, friends. Okay, so what you need to do, just click in your keyboard control. After then what you will see that, friends, control. After then go inside that, what is that, form.xml spring org spring framework boot this Redis data in implementation of this dependency of this implementation. Click on that. You will reach, what is that, all what is that, Redis database dependency. Inside that, what you will see now, friends, what you will see now, 1 minute, is it there? Spring starter database Redis. This is the git. This is the, click on that, you will reach Redis database. Click on that. Spring data Redis latitude core. Yeah, here what is there now, friends? What is there? What is there? Redis, right? Latitude core. Come on, latitude core.
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah, this is the latitude core only, right? Latitude core, latitude core. This is nothing but what? This is nothing but what? To establishing the connection between what? To establishing, this is the class, right? Using this class, what we will do it now? We will establish the connection between, what is that? Our application to our application. This is the driver name, friends. Okay, this is the class driver name. Driver name, like what is that? Connection dot, just in the JDBC, how we can perform the